Bro, wait for me. Oh my god, no. Don't let it end like this.
Damn, my gun's
Not
jammed.
like this.
Take over.
Yo, welcome back. Today, I kind of wanted to talk about how Precursor Orbs hit different in like Precursor's Legacy and Jack 2. It's kind of like the vibe of like, you know, a Precursor Orb when you're in Legacy is like, it kind of feels like currency of the 90s. Like you could get $1 and it felt like it went far, or you could get $20 and it felt like it went so far. But then like now you get $20 and you're like, oh wow, this is gonna be gone in a second. Like instantly. And I feel like I've got nothing for it. And I feel like that's the difference that we see between Jack 1 and Jack 2.
Hello, cherries. Ready to hunt a few metalheads? Follow me, stick close, and watch my 6. It's gonna be fun. Here we go.
So that's kind of where I've been stuck with lately, is just like that idea of like,
trouble.
did this game kind of set us up for a future that kind of is like now? In the essence that we're constantly just trying to find a way to survive, and this dystopian game is kind of like a precursor to what we're kind of living in now.
Hurry up, kid. Don't have all
like,
day.
Precursor Orbs feels like trying to get your rent money. Like,
Get behind me while I toast that tank.
because like you find one once in a blue moon. I know you find one in this area. So far, I found one in this area. And to be honest,
This way.
feels kind of, I don't know, questionable. Like, are
Toast those bad
Are we,
boys up
like-
ahead.
really set up for experiencing what we saw in games? And I'm already dead. Well, that's fun. Also,
Here we
I had
go.
to restart the game to get this mission to actually work
Here
right,
comes trouble.
which is fun because obviously no one really wants to restart from scratch. If you watch the live stream of us beginning the game, it was
Follow me.
tumultuous and felt painful for that second hour of me just running around
Get behind me while I toast
hoping
that tank.
to find this mission. And I've read since then that this mission is considered one of the harder missions in the game, which is funny because the way we felt about the scattergun and
This way.
apparently what people said online, just like, I don't know, it aligns with already my feelings of this game, and we barely got through.
Toast those
we
bad
barely
boys
did
up ahead.
anything. Like, if we had done like a lot and it felt like a Souls game, I would just be like,
Right.
you know,
Don't
bad
get
missions, hard sense. I like that it feels hard
you
because,
miss
to be
me?
honest, I don't want to play a game that just upendedly just feels like you're given everything. It feels bad. And in
Quick,
some
drop the brake.
senses, like Jack Precursor's Legacy kind of felt that way. Not a lot. I mean, obviously, if you
Let's
if you
get
go
across the
back
bridge
and
before they
watch
come back.
our live stream of Precursor's
There's
Legacy,
our first target. Keep
There-
the other creatures back while I charge up the Peacemaker.
there was quite a bit of like strife with like particularly the bike, and I mean, I'm just gonna struggle no matter what with that. I've never been good at racing games, and I never will be. Like, I've just come to that conclusion. I've played lots of them. I enjoy them every
That's
now
one
and then.
fried metalhead. Let's get to the
But
next
the
target.
GTA style of like driving, particularly with like old games, just always has felt bad. Like, it's never generated a fun gameplay for me. And if it does for you, that's awesome. Like, I think
With metalheads, I
that's the
say
nice
shoot
thing about
first,
these kind
ask
of games
questions
is
later.
we
There's
learn
the
to
second
find
scumbag. Sitting
what
pretty.
we like about games, and
Cover me.
you know, we pick up those niches. Like, my mechanics definitely are the gameplay of like fighting. I love the old fighting mechanics in games, other than the scattergun, which I will always say is the burden for me. We are probably gonna die here, which is a bummer, because I would have liked to beat this mission without like 1,500 deaths. But at the end of the day, that is what happens.
Boom, baby! One less
I love the fact that he waves goodbye. Like, he's like, nah, son. You go bye. It's nice to see the kind of quippy stuff. Also, I found a way to enhance the graphics, which is nice, because sometimes playing on these old games feels bad when the graphics look like,
grab the bridge to bring it down.
like they did on release. And that's the fun thing about emulation, is you can enhance. Or if you buy the remakes or the collection, I'm pretty sure it also has these graphic styles.
Drop that lift cap while I hold them all.
But yeah, so. Oh, I have to jump and grab this. I'm like sitting here like, what am I doing? Why am I waiting for him? I shouldn't be waiting for him. That's silly. That's silly.
Great. No time to celebrate.
Come on, Sig. Let's get through this. We got this, brother. Honestly, I thought he was going to be more health down than he is currently, and the fact that I'm back to full health feels wild.
Watch my 6 while I toast this bad boy.
I think we're on number 3, 2. I think I'm just going to punch them. I feel like it's easier, and you can just knock them off the map. But yeah, so, I mean,
now,
the designers of this game definitely had a different mentality in mind when thinking about how they were going to make this kind of system, this like augmented dystopian reality. Because like obviously we had a dark-ish story
Waste the suckers!
in Precursor's Legacy, but I would say that it's not considered in any way, in my opinion, dark. Like, we definitely got a much darker game
this time
with Jack 2 than we did with Precursor's Legacy. And with that in mind, like, was their intention really to make it feel like we transitioned from like childhood into adulthood just from the distance between the games? Because one feels lively and uplifting and silly and, you know, kind of gives that Ratchet and Clank feel of a game, and then this Jack 2 just straight up gives us GTA style of gameplay on a platformer. And oh my god, I think I just have to like stick next to him. Yeah, it feels kind of like a, you know, the difference of a like GTA like platformer.
Here we go.
Like, you even have the like policing system of like a GTA, which is kind of like what makes it interesting to me, because I played a lot of GTA growing up. Probably shouldn't have, but you know, the 90s was a time of like,
follow me,
just kids do whatever. Like, parents didn't really think about it too much when it came to gaming. I don't know that parents think about it too much now.
Hurry up,
to be honest.
I don't have all day. Get
I would say,
while I toast that
into my teenage years, I started getting the, why are you letting him play this? Like, it's graphic and egregious, and the only time I got to play GTA 4 was at friend's house, which is fine. There was tons of games by the time GTA 4 came out that still made gaming fun.
Toast those bad boys.
I mean, I played Gears of War like it was,
great, kid, great.
you know, nobody's
Don't
business. It's easily still one of my favorite series, and something I would like to cover, and maybe even find a challenge for it, because to be honest, Insanity wasn't that hard growing up. I felt like it was like a poor man's like hard mode. I remember a friend of mine and I beating Insanity in like 4 hours. 6 hours or something? 4 or 6 hours. It was a whole day. I do remember that. You know, different games kind of gave that different feel of like, oh no! How do I get back up there quickly? Well, we're just gonna restart. Oh man. Oh, some of this is a struggle.
Here we go.
But yeah, going back to Jack, like you have a strong like change in dynamic between Jack and Dexter in this game too, where like Jack was kind of like Silent Bob in Jack 1. And in here, he's kind of like the angsty, you know, teenager, early adulthood character, where Dexter's still kind of living out his like childishness in a way, being as goofy as he is, which kind of feels like a perfect dynamic for like how I was in my early 20s. Because I was goofy, but still had that like angst and rebellious nature. And it's weird. I don't know if I could actually attribute this game to some of my like mannerisms in nature at that age, but like we adapt to the things that we see, right? And I saw a lot of this growing up. Like,
don't get caught.
This is easily one of my favorite game series. I liked that they made it darker. I mean, my favorite anime growing up was Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood, and Full Metal Alchemist is like really dark in comparison to Brotherhood. I mean, some people have told me that Brotherhood is darker, and I haven't watched it fully because I felt some of the gimmicky stuff that they did with the anime in the first couple episodes felt like it took away from what Full Metal Alchemist was, with like Ed's face being on everything. Let's see if we can actually beat it this time. It made it
Let's get to the next
bad. Just did. Like, oh wow, that was a bad call. I should have started blasting early. Thanks, buddy.
With metalheads, I say shoot first, ask questions later.
You're not wrong, Sig.
There's the second scumbag.
Gun's just like mediocre, so sometimes punching feels better.
Cover me.
But I should probably shoot first, as you put it, ask questions later. So this is 3, right? Is this 2 or 3? I feel like this is 3. No, it's probably 2.
Boom, baby! One less
boom, baby!
To think about. Next target.
But yeah, I also kind of appreciate the iconicness of having like some of these voices feel very 90s, like Sig's voice, Clancy Brown's voice. And I think one of the interesting about that is like how many voice actors are in things that you don't even recognize from like growing up. Like I didn't realize how much Steve Blum's voice is like in just about everything when I was growing up. A friend of mine recently told me that he was Wolverine in the X-Men animated series, and I did not know that. But like he plays one of my favorite characters in the dub of like Cowboy Bebop. Spike is like one of my favorite characters ever. Like he's just that cool guy, mentality, and with that, you know, it really made me like start thinking like, and I feel like that's the same for Clancy Brown. It's like Clancy is like such a notable voice for me, but like I didn't realize the Baron was Clancy until the replay of this. But I think I'm gonna kill Sig again. Right now it's really feeling like I'm gonna kill Sig again, because we haven't even got through this point, and this isn't even the hard one. The last one is, or the second to last one is way harder. Luckily with this, it seems like there's a rotation, though. It doesn't feel like, you know...
now that's what I call blowing someone's mind.
Doesn't feel like they're kind of like random computerized, so like it's more about learning the pattern. It feels kind of like kind of like a Souls game in that sense. It's like if you learn the pattern, you should be able to beat it pretty easily. Maybe that's just my opinion,
thread the
but
needle this
it is
time.
how it feels to me. To me. Oh my God. Ow. Didn't even know you could do that. I think we got it this time, though. As long as the last one's not too hard, I think we're gonna be able to progress.
Metalhead flambe.
Metalhead flambe. Yeah. Definitely metalhead flambe.
Look out! We got company!
Bro, wait for me. Oh my God, no. Don't let it end like this.
Damn, my gun's
Not like this.
Take over! Get him while I fix my gun!
Oh my gosh. I'm
Okay,
dead.
the Peacemaker is back online. Let's move.
Good, because I need you. I have no help, and you're like dying over here, and you literally have 1 hit point left, and we're not doing great.
Last target, then we go home.
Good. I need it to be the last target. Oh no! Oh no!
Say goodnight, baby.
We did it! We did it! We did it!
Boom.
All right.
Home team 5, Metalheads nothing. That was the last one. Tell Krew we got them all cooked and canned. I'm gonna clean Peacemaker and pick up the trophies. You did good, rookie.
Nice. And I appreciate that I could actually do the mission. I don't know why it didn't work on the first emulator I had pulled up, but it didn't. It didn't like it at all. But it'd be what it be. So at least we were able to complete the mission, and now we can, you know, actually go see what Jabba the Hutt has for us. I don't think I'm gonna remember his name, but he gives straight Jabba vibes. So that is, I mean, he's a crime lord. He runs a bar. Like, he's enormous and doesn't lift himself, just like Hutt's. Like, is there any more things that I have to point out about him basically being Jabba the Hutt? He has bounty hunters, but I guess he's the Sig's not a bounty hunter per se, but he's close enough to a bounty hunter. I will say, playing this with like higher resolution though, it kind of feels like a modern game. Like, to a point, it feels like a modern game, which is awesome because, like, isn't that what you want out of playing an old game? You kind of still want that vibe of, like, the mechanics aren't bad, the visuals are peak, the, you know, I mean, like, there's a chance to actually, oh no. There's a chance to actually play it and like still feel good in the modern era because there's so much content. There's so many games we can play now. It is unbelievable. Like, and it's also crazy to me that like the game lifespan of things is so dramatically
for your city and all
different than when we were kids. Because, like, when we were kids, and maybe this is just, like, me and my friend group, but when we were kids, it was, like, every few months, a new game was hot. Every few months, you switched off and played a new game, and nothing was, like, ever super consistent to the point where you're playing a game for years. But now, like, we live in an era where, like, games are so heavily driven in a lifespan of nearly decades or more that, you know, it's just so drastically different. Like, GTA 5 has been out for what, 10 years, and it still has life. I mean, yeah, we're about to get GTA 6, which is awesome because I'm ready to go back to Vice City. I mean, I was ready to go back to Vice City in GTA 5, but when they announced San Andreas, I mean, I was kind of okay with it. I know that they don't call it San Andreas, but I mean, like, it's the San Andreas fault, which is like Los Angeles again, which is dope. I spent 3 or 4 years playing that game. I mean, I played it a lot with cousins, and like we got really good at online. It was nice, it was fun. And then there's like Overwatch, which is also huge amount of time spent into Overwatch. And we just got Rivals, which is probably going to have a litany of like years into it, especially with them talking about dropping 2 characters per patch and basically 8 characters a year. I was gonna say 24, but that's definitely way too wrong, because they're doing patches or like seasons in 3 months, which is really cool. I mean, I'm excited for Emma. I'm definitely a casual Rivals player. I get too overly competitive, and playing in, you know, the playing in Elo hell, as people will call it, was not fun. So I stopped trying to be competitive by any means. But that's okay. I mean, some games are just for you, you know. They're just for you to enjoy.
You boys are turning out to be quite useful, eh? I have another task for you. The sewers used to be a fabulous smuggling route for me before the Baron installed security devices.
And before those late-night snack runs kept you from fitting out the front door.
I bet you've hatched another brilliant plan in that hungry little brain of yours. So, who or what do we have to shake down, knock out, or blow up?
Well, I need someone to go down and shoot every sentry gun in the sewers. And I'll give you a sweet weapon upgrade if you succeed.
I need the weapon upgrade.
Dank murky water? Reeks worse than your breath at an oyster fest? Fuller of metalheads than your plate at a one-pass buffet? And of course, weapons more lethal than your ever-so-tiny whiteys on a hot summer day. Look, Donut Hole, why don't we float around here looking hot and heavy, and you go roto-root the pipes?
We're not doing anything until you tell us why metalheads are trading with the Baron's forces.
I should have had you both kneecapped, eh? All I know is that the Baron cut a desperate deal with the metalhead leader. Metalheads need eco, so the Baron supplies them with regular shipments.
Okay, I don't know whether he's Job or
the Metalheads
Lotta.
agreed to attack the city just enough to satisfy the Baron's continued rule.
Yeah, but how long can that deal last?
Well, the Baron is running short on eco, eh? And the Metalheads are short on patience. Baron Praxis needs this wall to keep in power. Otherwise, the city would put the true ruler on the throne, wherever that little brat is.
Yo,
Dexter
that's
and I will
that
clear your
kid.
sewers. And we haven't forgotten about that weapons upgrade you promised in return.
Bloodsuckers.
Well,
Sweeping for suspects.
so I don't know if I ever made it this far. We will see. Again, I don't really know where I left off in this game growing up. I remember where I left off in Precursors, but you know, it's all up in the air. Who really knows? I also will say, the one thing I kind of wish that they would bring Jack back. I would love a Jack 4. I recently saw someone make a post about how developing a cyberpunk, and I might have brought this up in the live stream to be honest, but developing a live stream, or no, sorry, getting all mixed up here. But developing a Jack 4 with a cyberpunk aesthetic would kind of like be captivating, especially since, I mean, the actual term that they put is Naughty Dog should make a cyberpunk game, and they already have the perfect franchise for it, and then they were like Jack, which I think is dope. I mean, we already kind of get that dystopian, I mean, well, not kind of, we hard get that dystopian feel in this game, and I feel like it could easily lend to a a Cyberpunk even, just in the fact that like it does already have that dystopian feel. There's already metal heads, which are like living organisms that are
at your own risk.
having like the ability to work out deals and whatnot with the sentient elf-like life forms that are in this game. So like, you know, maybe, just maybe, Naughty Dog, could we get a new job?
Shoot the gun, Jack!
Why'd you tell me that early?
That's one side of town.
Yup.
Looking.
I will say this game kind of does give off like Souls before Souls games. Mostly in the fact that it's like kind of difficult. I mean, I would not say that in my opinion it compares, but Reddit does be feeling like there's some reasonability in the fact that Jak and Dexter, or particularly Jak 2, is basically the precursor to a Dark Souls game. Or even Demon Souls. And it would be interesting to actually find out that, like, FromSoft developers were inspired by Jak. I mean, originally they said that they were inspired by Legend of Zelda, which is pretty awesome, but, you know, I could totally see them saying they were inspired by Jak 2. I don't know that they will, but I could see it. Oh man. Give me help back. Very curious about how we do this. Oh, we're dead. I'm definitely dead. I thought you die in this. You don't die in this? Alright, well we only have 2 health, so we're likely dead. Oh, yep, we're dead. We're dead. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright. I would like to know what inspired some of these creatures too. Like, the metalheads I kind of get. It feels a little like, I don't know, Terminator-ish kind of in vibe. But like, what inspired these weird croc fish things? Like, I also feel like we're gonna find out, or I'm gonna find out, that the metalheads are actually just like humanoids that have been mutated by Dark Eco or something like that. Like orcs were from elves. I could totally see them doing something like that. Actually, it wouldn't baffle me in the slightest. Hey. And lo and behold, actually in this episode, have you seen me even remotely see a Precursor Orb? Am I right or am I right? Does it feel like getting a Precursor Orb is like working to get your rent? Like, we're just struggling. We are struggling hard to find them. They set this up to definitely be like, you know... Oh no, that's never good. Okay, I guess I was supposed to fall, though. Have the ammo. I mean, if they want to just keep running, that's fine with me. You just scale yourselves up, make it easier to shoot you. And then collect your orbs! I will say the metalhead gems seem to be quite accessible, but I don't actually know how valuable they are and like what they can do. And to be honest, I don't even remember. I feel like the Precursor Orbs aren't even that... Like, they're valuable in this, but they're not that valuable. So that's where I have to go, but how do I get there? Oh. I'm silly. I'm so silly. We got it. Ooh, baby, do you know what it's worth? Scared a shotgun to the little green minions. All right, we got one left.
Nice. Keep it up.
Thanks, Jabba. We definitely needed you to tell us how many we had left. Looks like this is right on time, too. We can get our last one. Oh, man. I really thought... Perfect.
Brass work, boys. You destroyed all the donuts, eh? Now, come back to the hip-hop.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Could definitely dive down there and get them. Do I want them that badly? Oh, they're not even down there. Looks like disappeared already. That's crazy. Well. Oh, this is going back through the mission. We're trying to get out, and that's actually gonna do it for this installment of Jak 2. If you want to actually catch up on where we started, you could totally go watch the live stream. It should be in the same playlist as this one, and I will put that in the description. And if you vibing out, like, comment, subscribe, it really does help. We'll be back for another Let's Play of Jak 2 later this week.